are these people?
Now, the last thing I wanted to rant and rave about a little bit is about a guy that I've done a lot of advocating for on this show. And I got to be honest and I got to be fair. You know, we platformed Matt Taibbi a ton. Racket News, advocated for his outlet, given them an Indie Media Award. But this shit cannot stand. I cannot stand by quietly, and I haven't been. I've been openly critical of Matt, of his unwillingness to address Gaza, and the few times he does, he tepidly says he doesn't want to address it because he's got a rabid Zionist following that he does not want to alienate and lose paid subscribers to. He can claim that it's anything else. It's audience capture, straight up. People claim, oh, you're jealous. I don't give a fuck. Look, I've been a big fan of this guy. The problem is that he's sold out on the independents. He's sold out on all the principles that he claimed to hold true. He's sold out on the Palestinian journalists who are being murdered by U.S. bombs and Israel, and silent on Israel, which, by the way, I said earlier, silence is complicity. He is absolutely 100% complicit in not amplifying every week that the United States is aiding and abetting Israel in murdering journalists in Palestine that are trying to report the truth. This truth teller, this protector of the truth, is showing who the fuck he is. Now, he got really excited.
Which a lot of people have argued that it was always what he was.
And some people feel that way, that he shit all over people who questioned 9/11. And he was wrong there as well. But Malcolm Gladwell admitted to, being bullied by the trans lobby and kind of recanted some of the stuff he talked about DEI. And Matt, of course, was excited to hear that because he had exposed Gladwell a couple of years ago, and they had a debate a couple of years ago. And again, it's all about his ego. So it's ironic that this happened in the same week that Gladwell admitted he wasn't packing anything down there. The set on Bari Weiss, is visible from space, and that's why she's getting paid.
Okay. Who the fuck cares? Like,
right? So I said, Bari Weiss is a Netanyahu toady. Now she's going to go work for Israel's #1 supporter and CIA Larry Ellison's son, pushing her disgusting, genocidal, mental gymnastics about Israel across a multitude of channels and platforms. Prepare to have it shoved down our throats at every possible turn. Now across all of CBS and Paramount. The worst people truly do fail upwards. This timeline sucks ass. I know, Matt, you don't claim to follow this closely, but Alan McLeod has been running laps around some people who claim to be about fighting and exposing censorship by the big platforms on social media. Alan had 3 weeks ago in here that Skydance was looking at buying the Free Press and making Barry ombudsman over CBS News. We already knew that. All right. And then, of course, you always have somebody that tries to step in and play Captain Savo. Israel are the fucking terrorists, period. But it didn't stop there, because I then remind people Barry is a genocidal lying cunt. And now so is Matt. Matt's an apologist for a genocidal lying cunt. He repeatedly spreads the debunked October 7th rape hoax, which got me a violation by Twitter. Thank you very much.
Twitter.
We all know what this is and who the Ellison family serves, and it ain't the American people. All right? So, yeah, this post may violate X's rules against hateful content. Taibbi was taking L's everywhere. Fuck Twitter's right. Taking L's everywhere thanks to that Netanyahu toady. He doesn't realize that he's mainstream now. He ignores Israel. He ignores Epstein. He ignores ICE raids. He brags about siding with Douglas Murray. By the way, that Malcolm Gladwell debate, it was Taibbi and Douglas Murray against Gladwell and some other asshole. Mm-hmm. And oh yeah, his podcast, Walter Kern, is also a MAGA Zionist. And oh yeah, he still goes on with Bill fucking Maher, also a Zionist. Is Fox News calling? Like, this guy practically has a Fox News show. Because someone actually said, I'm waiting for Taibbi on NBC or ABC primetime. If anything, it would be on CBS with Bari. Maybe he's shilling for a time slot.
Right.
All right. You may as well have a Fox News show. Somebody reminds me that in his description that he describes himself as the author of The Insane Clown President, I Can't Breathe, Spanking the Donkey, and Smells Like Dead Elephants. Those are some of his wonderful titles. Right? And then he's stepping all over his Zionist dick today. I said, you're bragging about siding with Douglas fucking Murray and exposed Zionist propagandists who got humiliated about it by Dave Smith, a certified moron. Yoink, Scoob. May want to sit this one out. All right. Bari Weiss, Douglas Murray, Walter Kurd, just surrounding yourself with murderous Israel simps. Your silence is complicity, Matt. Mask off. We all see it now. Your chat here. His chat on Substack has a collection of the most unhinged, genocide-denying, bloodthirsty, anti-Muslim bigots that push Rabbi Shmuley's bullshit Hasbara talking points. Pathetic mask-off moments in 24 hours, destroying decades of reputation, known as somebody who had integrity as an independent. All right, again, Matt trying to backtrack. All these people who think I'm a cheerleader for Israel are out of their minds. July 11th. All right. I oppose the Anti-Semitism Awareness Act because it affected you. I oppose the Trump anti-Semitism executive order defining criticism of Israel as discriminatory. And I said, I don't think the
That's
U.S.
not enough. Bare minimum position.
All of these. All right. They shouldn't be sending money or weapons to Israel. Great. And I'm against the catch and deport practices for speech offenses. But that's not enough for the pro-Palestine crowd. No, it's not. Because they're literally murdering journalists and you're silent. Apparently, I'm also supposed to salute a range of other issues. And if I don't, I'm a genocide apologist. Yes, you are.
Because you are.
You'd rather annoy the fuck out of a possible supporter than allow for some level of ambiguity.
Which is the same bullshit you've been trying to fucking tout forever. You just don't want to be told what to do, and it shows. So every time it's like, oh, I talk about it, but I should be able to not talk about it if I want to. That's what your fucking childish ass has been doing.
I remind him that silence is complicity. This isn't just about how it affects censorship here, which is all he really cares about. Stop Anti-Semitism Awareness Act, happening here. Oppose Trump Anti-Semitism Executive Order, here. All right? Shouldn't be sending U.S. money. That's affecting the U.S. You selfish fucking prick. How about all the people that are getting murdered by U.S. money and bombs? You don't give a fuck about any of them. How about all the people in the UK getting arrested for supporting Palestine action? Doesn't give a fuck about them either. Fuck this guy. If you
didn't give a fuck about anybody other than his own shit, which is exactly what he looked up in the Twitter files, all the shit that affected him.
And therefore, the answer is BDS. He's going to support this shit. He's not going to call it out. We don't subscribe to his paid publication anymore. He can fuck off. I was an annual paid subscriber to Racket News for 3 years. I canceled my subscription on July 12th. And it'll be good through the end of the year. I'll probably just start republishing his paid subscriber only articles just to fuck him over because he's a douchebag. But
don't even do that.
Well, it just hurts his revenue because people who might want to see it would have to pay to see it. Now they'll get it for free. That would be the only reason for doing it. Anyway, so that was Matt Taibbi being a douchebag and siding with Bari Weiss. And it's because they were in the Twitter files together, right? So they have kindred stuff there. And because Bari Weiss built a successful Substack publication, and maybe Matt wants private equity to eventually knock on his door and give him $100 million for Racket News. He's not doing that out of the goodness of his heart. He's doing it for fucking money. He wants to get paid. And I think that he's bragging and spiking the football about Bari because he wants to have some of that come his way. Be like, guys, I've been playing ball and sacrificing my pro-Palestine audience to make sure that this was another outlet you might want to buy and roll into CBS News or maybe part of NBC for all we know. Fuck this guy is all I'm saying. I'm done with Matt Taibbi, and I hope most people are too. I understand if you don't want to be, but he's not your friend. And he's not a friend of the truth. And he's not a friend of anti-censorship or free speech. It's just when it directly affects him, which is like kind of like a Republican in a way. Like he can say he's not a classic Republican or a shitlib, you know, a corporate shitlib, which is why he gets invited to appear on corporate shitlib TV. Support the independent media you want to see. Cash App, $, Indie News Network, code-v.com/Indie News Network, paypal.me/Indie News Network, IndieNewsNow.com, INNNewsletter.com. We're about to go live there for Boat Smashing and Other Boats, and IndieMediaToday.com, where we have been live for the last couple hours. Support independent media because we need it more than ever. I love you all and see you soon, everyone. Have a good night.
Mwah. Ciao, baby.
We are Bari.
No! We just fucking lost the stream!
I guess this isn't such an awful place. Is that what you want me to say? You prove it's possible to sleep for days, and I still think you're right here awake. The cost of living isn't much to make, but God, it's so hard to say. And when they told you everything was safe, were you